Walter Smith's first season in charge of the Blues wasn't exactly what the brochure had advertised, but through perseverance and against all odds, Everton maintained their status in the top flight of English football. The Toffee men had looked dead and buried until loan signing Kevin Campbell arrived at the club, along with the emergence of boy wonder Francis Jeffers. The dynamic duo were an instant hit, and their goals ensured Premiership survival.
Collins! Oh, what a fantastic goal! Gill goes alone! A goal! Absolutely top class. Jeffers turns it forward. Campbell's onside! Everton have scored!
It's a chance for Bambi!
It's Francis Jeffers! Oh, it's fallen! Everton are back ahead again!
It was a summer of change at Goodison as Walter Smith set about restructuring the Blues. Olivier Dacour, Marco Materazzi, Ibrahim Bakayoko, Craig Short and John Oster all left to seek challenges elsewhere. Veteran Scottish international Richard Gough was a surprise signing, Kevin Campbell's loan period was made permanent, and Mark Pembridge was rescued from his Benfica nightmare to add more midfield bite.
Obviously, we wasn't wanted at Benfica anymore, so we said that if there was a club came along which I wanted to go to, then I'd go. But if not, I'd stay at Benfica. But Everton come in and create opportunity for myself.
What better way to start the season for the new-look Blues than a visit from treble winners Manchester United? Goodison Park was bathed in glorious sunshine in front of the Sky cameras for the opening match of the season.
Keane. Scholes has seen a hole to run into, picked out by Keane. Paul Scholes, Gerrard saves.
Well, that might just be the biggest save of the match.
Barmby got there first before Phil Neville. Promising this for Everton. Nick Barmby! A bold break from the home side.
It's just underneath him, you know. He doesn't quite knock it out in front of him enough, Martin. It's a wonderful run from Barmby. This is Bambi at his best, running at players, but it just gets stuck under his feet a little. He has to dig it out. Just watch there, he's digging it out from underneath him.
Watch the coaching staff here as well as playing. Forward by Cole, Dwight York, and Gerrard got a touch but couldn't keep it out. And it's taken Manchester United 6.5 minutes to open their Premiership account for the new season. Nice change of direction from him. In goes Hutchison. Well, that was very purposeful from Everton. A close call from Manchester United.
That's good play. They've had a pretty good 10 minutes, Everton, in this match. Rich Ward provides a teasing cross. Tempted Bosnich. All over Phil Neville.
Hutchison! Bosnich got there. Barmby's in there for Everton! And Campbell! Well, an amazing incident, and Everton have not scored.
I mentioned the two defenders. The one I haven't mentioned is the goalkeeper. This is a brilliant save, Martin, because it's hit early and brilliantly. He's had nothing to do with the keeper. It was a great save, but that's fabulous defending. I think it's Henning Berg. I thought it was Stam, but I think we'll find it's Henning Berg who gets the block when Campbell comes in. I think Kevin Campbell probably think he should have scored.
Barmby's cross, Phelan, what a story that would be if he could help himself to an equaliser. Unsworth. It's Barmby, unmarked. Goal! Deflected it in. So Everton get their reward for plugging away. Delight for the vast majority inside Goodison Park. It's 1-1.
Yeah, that's a reward for not giving up. For hanging on in there in the game, they could easily be down and out in. Big long ball to the back post. I think he's just knocking this across goal. Jan Stam can only just react. That's all it is, it's a reaction. The ball's there, he just puts his head towards it. It's past Bosnich before he can move. Nothing the goalkeeper can do about it. Well, if United don't win this, Martin, I think they've only themselves to blame, really. It's a game that they should have been over, really. I thought they'd just been doing enough.
The first away trip of the campaign took the Blues to Aston Villa, who scored 3 goals against Everton without reply. Francis Jeffers returned for the visit to White Hart Lane against Spurs. Indeed, it was his surging runs that won a couple of penalties, which David Unsworth dispatched with ease. Unfortunately, though, Spurs scored 3 and took the points.
And it's going to be Everton's captain for the day in the absence of Dave Watson, David Unsworth, who has a chance to give Everton the lead. Very much against the run of play, it has to be said, but a chance for Unsworth, who has scored past the despairing dive of Ian Walker, and for the third game in a row, Tottenham have gone behind in a game.
First goal for Everton scored
A penalty by David Unsworth on 24 minutes. Ian Walker was very close to getting his hands to that. Long ball forward again, this time Campbell does get the flick, comes back in for Francis Jeffers, who is brought down by Ian Walker, and it's a second penalty for Everton. Twice Francis Jeffers has been brought down, twice David Unsworth has had the spot kick responsibility, and twice he has scored, and Everton are back in front through David Unsworth.
Pre-season optimism was beginning to wane as Everton struggled early on. But in a fixture-laden month, the next 2 home games were to provide some light relief for the Goodison faithful. Still going, Nicky Barmby. A little stretch from the back. In behind comes Mark Pembridge. Pembridge puts it wide. And he nearly stole in round the back of the Southampton defence. Shirts are streaming forward in towards Barmby. He couldn't direct his header downwards. Barmby with the corner kick. Weir. Oh, nice turn from David Weir. In for Goff. Everton take the lead. Richard Goff. Terrific turn that from Weir, and Goff's firm header. Hutchison. Pembridge. Towards Campbell. Oh, it's an own goal! Southampton's Klaus Lundekvam has put it in. And Everton are 2-0 in front. Campbell getting goal side of the defender, who then put it over his own keeper. Barmby. Campbell. That's a lovely ball through to Francis Jeffers! It's 2-0 to Everton. Jeffers with his first of the season. Everton slicing open the Southampton defence, thanks to Kevin Campbell's precise pass, and Jeffers hit so powerfully. To Hutchison. Barnby. Oh, it's onto the bar! Southampton scramble it clear, danger not yet over. This is Campbell, who scores! Through so many bodies, Everton thought they'd been denied when the shot from Barmby rebounded off Jones and up onto the crossbar, but Kevin Campbell makes sure eventually. Ball bouncing back off the bar. Southampton unable to clear it, and Campbell took charge. Davis creates a little bit of space for himself. Bahar's in the middle. Mariam Bahar's for Southampton. It's 4-1. Victory against Southampton had relieved some of the pressure. Indeed, more goals have been scored than at the same stage last season. The goal glut continued at Goodison Park for the visit of Wimbledon. Couldn't quite get the header. Weir picks up possession for Everton. That's a lovely ball through to Kevin Campbell, who's got goal side of the defender and is brought down surely by Dean Blackwell. And the referee says that is a penalty kick. Blackwell pulling Kevin Campbell back there. No doubt, penalty kick. So David Unsworth has the opportunity to put Everton in front. Oh, it's off the post! He surely will score the rebound and does so. Well, it was fortunate for David Unsworth that penalty kick came right back to him.
Number 6, David Unsworth, and the golden goal tied. 16 minutes, 34 seconds.
Huge kick downfield towards Campbell. Here comes Bambi. Oh, it's 2-0! Off the goalkeeper's hand. Nicky Bambi. From one end to the other. The long clearance forward. Knocked on into the path of Nicky Bambi. The goalkeeper couldn't stop it. Surge. Jeffers! Francis Jeffers scores 2 in 2. Successive matches he's found the net for Everton, who have stretched their lead now to 3-0. But the goal created by Kevin Campbell. Bambi. Campbell's ahead of him. Here is Kevin Campbell, got a good touch there, it's 4. The points are Everton's. Bambi set him up, and Kevin Campbell turned the defence nicely. Lovely touch there. Precise shot. The final fixture of a hectic August saw the Blues travel to Pride Park and a date with struggling Derby County. The Rams secured all 3 points with a solitary goal. The season moved into September, and lowly Sheffield Wednesday were welcoming in more ways than one. A touchdown, Jeffers slips. Bambi! Everton are in front through Nicky Bambi. For the visiting supporters. Campbell's knocked down. Jeffers slipped. Bambi hitting in the loose ball. This is Ward. It's a good low cross. It falls to Campbell. 2-0 to Everton. Across the penalty area, Gemmell unmarked. Away from league action, and second division Oxford United provided the opposition in the Worthington Cup, where a 1-1 draw was secured at the Manor Ground. In league action, the Happy Hammers were to visit Goodison in buoyant mood, but they hadn't reckoned on Everton, still unbeaten at Goodison Park.
Now Unsworth who packs a shot, and well, the goalkeeper's fortunate that it was deflected wide of the goal. Not surprising that David Unsworth has had the best chance of the game, because so far this season he's Everton's top scorer from left back. Unsworth. Little freedom for Hutchison. A look of agony on the face of Don Hutchison. The ball was teed up beautifully for him by Francis Jeffers. He came steaming in,
It isn't easy to keep your feet on this very slippery surface. From the look on his face, he felt that he could have done an awful lot better. Now Gemmell. Jeffers got a great chance here. Well, he got the shot in. It's about the best chance we've seen from Francis Jeffers in this game so far. The man who's settled his differences with the Everton management. And he's back as a starter in the Everton lineup. Still to improve on the 2 goals he scored so far this season. Gemmell. Now Barnby. Good shot by Barnby. Very good shot by Nick Barnby. An original member of the Tottenham famous 5. He's still only 25 years of age, and some in these parts are talking about an England recall for Nick Barnby, who's provided a lot of excitement for the Everton fans from midfield this season. Barnby intercepts. Campbell hasn't received the service. Now it's Barnby. Ahead of him is Jeffers. To his right-hand side is Gemmell. Barnby goes alone. Now it's Francis Jeffers. Oh, yes! Well, he's claiming the goal, but it was a dreadful mistake by Shaka Hislop. The West Ham goalkeeper just turned to jelly. Well, a lot of people around here were very happy that Francis Jeffers has settled his differences with the Everton management, because at 18 years of age, he is one of the country's highly promising young players. He did his job, he put the shot on target. Shaka Hislop didn't. He let it go through his hands, through his legs. A dreadful goalkeeping mistake, which could prove to be very, very costly.
In the Worthington Cup, Oxford provided the shock of the round, defeating the Blues 1-0 at Goodison, 2-1 on aggregate. And so to Anfield. A shock defeat isn't the ideal result to take into a derby match against Liverpool, but form is discounted in these games as passion takes over with local pride at stake.
Liverpool have lost only one of their last 13 matches against Everton here at Anfield, 4 years ago now. Staunton's clearance. Switzer didn't know where the ball was, but Liverpool get the throw.
It was an important clearance too from Staunton, because Houpe missed the bounce of the ball, completely misjudged it. But Staunton showing good defensive qualities, coming around on the cover.
Everton threatening again. Jeffers well placed in the middle. A good flowing start to this game. Awkward clearance for Hegem. He's under pressure from Barnby. Back in the side now after his injury problems. Vegard Hegem, his first choice right back. The ball bounces kindly there for Barnby. Jeffers turns it forward. Campbell's onside. Everton have scored. What a start!
Well, Liverpool were looking across for the linesman, the flag. He didn't raise his flag, but it was outstanding play from Jeffers. Just look at the awareness he shows here as this ball is played in from Barnby. He gets lucky here from a deflection, but just look at Jeffers. He knows exactly where Campbell is. Definitely not offside. Vesterveld certainly gets something on it, but he can't prevent it from going into the net. What a start this is for Everton.
Collins with the free kick. And Liverpool had to rely on their goalkeeper to save them then.
Well, you see David Weir coming at the back post. If it wasn't for the hand of Vesterveld, that would have been 2-0.
Hutchinson's kick over Campbell's head, and a great save again by Vesterveld to deny Everton another goal.
Well, he's so quick in the box, Jeffers. Just look how he reacts to this. Comes away off the far post, completely loses his marker. And once again, an excellent save from Vesterveld.
Liverpool all at sea at the moment. Two tremendous saves, especially the second one there from their goalkeeper. He's kept the score to 1-0. Redknapp, space opening up for the shot. And Gerrard just about got it away, and Fowler from a very difficult angle. That's it, high into the crowd.
Good quick break this from Liverpool. Redknapp onto his right foot. Gerrard pushes it wide. Difficult angle for Fowler. Tries the snapshot, but gets it totally wrong. This is the chance from Jeffers, and that's an excellent save from Westerveld.
Yeah, under pressure from Jeffers. Carragher. And Redknapp finds a way through. Great effort by Fowler. And Owen. And still. Penalty. No. Well, it looked for a moment as though the referee was pointing to the spot. But he has actually waved play on, and Liverpool are under pressure at the other end, and Campbell's well placed here. Jeffers decides to go alone, and maybe that was a mistake because Campbell was perfectly placed. The boos are from the Liverpool fans who feel they've been denied a penalty. And Everton break dangerously again here with Jeffers. The Liverpool defence exposed again. Francis Jeffers is having one of those nights.
Well, that's the second occasion now in the first 4 minutes of the second half that Liverpool have lost the ball in a high position. And they've gone clean through them. One pass has put Jeffers clear. Hegum found upfield. No cover there. Really should have hit the target.
Weir gets it away. This is Barmby. Campbell. It's all over. A sad night for Liverpool. A great night for Walter Smith and Everton. His first Merseyside derby victory. Liverpool beaten for the third time in a Premiership fixture on their own home ground this season, and just as seriously from their point of view, they had 2 players sent off. It's been a wonderful performance of grit, endeavour and no little skill from the team from across Stanley Park. They've kept up their wonderful record against Liverpool, beaten just once by their great rivals now in the last 11 games. A tremendous night for Everton. And as the celebrations continue here, and they will for some time, the final score at Anfield, Liverpool 0, Everton 1.
It was nice to go to Anfield and win. Having drawn the first game when I was the manager and then lost the second one. Well, obviously, you don't want to be getting on the end of too many defeats in the local derbies. That was a great night for us at Anfield. We played very well there. Especially the first half hour of the game. As you would expect, Liverpool put us under a fair amount of pressure. You know, for the next 45 minutes or so, and then near the end of the game, we had a few opportunities on the breakaway that we might have capitalised on and added to our 1-0. But I don't think anybody can complain about going to Anfield and getting a 1-0 victory. And there's certainly no complaints from me, and we were delighted to get that win under our belt.
October was to contrast harshly with September as Coventry City visited an expectant Goodison. Francis Jeffers scored early on, only to be cancelled out by a Gary McAllister strike, thus giving the visitors a share of the points.
Here is Hutchison. Weir's on the edge of the area. Hutchison instead tries to play a 1-2. Everton still can't get it away. Barmby trying a little trickery. A very confident start from Everton. Barmby over the top to Jeffers, who is onside. Francis Jeffers scores! Coventry stand around looking at each other, and Francis Jeffers, with his 4th goal of the season, gives Everton an early lead. Sent off on Monday in the Merseyside derby. He was onside, Jeffers. He made a bit of a hash of his first touch, but it, ironically enough, took it past the keeper. And in the... Hadji. Robbie Keane is onside, flying save from the keeper, but then returned by Gary McAllister.
After a 2-week rest, the Blues visited Highbury and took the lead with a touch of class from John Collins. Unfortunately, the Gunners pulled it back and won by 4-1.
Or will it be Collins? It's Collins! Oh, what a fantastic goal! That's what he's going to be dreaming of doing for Scotland against David Seaman in England in a few weeks' time. That was something special. An international class goal from John Collins.
David O'Leary's exciting young Leeds team visited Goodison on a glorious autumn afternoon, and both sides contributed to a classic.
Now John Collins, Campbell to his left-hand side. Here is Kevin Campbell. Everton lead inside the opening 5 minutes. Kevin Campbell. Another Goodison Park goal for the striker who cannot stop scoring here on his home turf. Beautifully played in by John Collins. Kevin Campbell bending his run to stay onside. And then as Nigel Martin came out, he fired it past him with great aplomb. Now Leeds again with a bit of space after good industry in the midfield area by Stephen McPhail. Bowyer switching the direction of play for Kuehl. Bridges and Smith in the centre. Michael Bridges equalises for Leeds United. Campbell is dealt with by Radaby. A ball. This is Pembridge with a rare opportunity to play more than half a game. Great ball for Hutchison. Campbell 2-1 to Everton. Well, they withstood a torrid spell of Leeds United pressure, and Nigel Martin beat for the second time, both times by Kevin Campbell. That's 11 in 9 games at Goodison Park now for the prolific marksman, and Pembridge's first contribution was an incisive ball for Hutchison. Hutchison playing in Campbell, who took it deftly. It's Kuehl. Bridges in the centre. Gerrard caught in 2 minds, and fatally caught in 2 minds. Harry Kuehl may not have meant it, but it's 2-2. Campbell's little flick looks for Hutchison, might break for Nicky Barney if he can bring it down. Hutchison! Oh, it's ball in! Everton are back ahead again! Another extraordinary Premiership game! Takes another twist and another turn! Don Hutchison will feel as though that has evened up the luck. Harry Kuehl spectacularly flighted lob at one end, and Don Hutchison with a complete mishit rubber at the other. They both counted, and Everton's lead is restored. Radaby went in bravely there. Hutchison shot took a deflection off Radaby, and Nigel Martin can't believe it slipped past him. Huckabee. Now Bridges. Oh, brilliant goal! Michael Bridges with the third equaliser of the game. His second. Leeds back on terms in sensational style. Well, no sooner had Darren Huckabee come on the pitch than he made a telling contribution. Bridges' contribution even more telling. But for the time being, it remains 3-3. Martin with it again. Woodgate header! Leeds ahead for the first time in the game! John Woodgate, scorer of what seems destined to be the winning goal. Has he given away a free kick which can give Everton a lifeline? Unsworth with it. It's 4-4! Davy Weir with the equalising goal for Everton! And there has been another final vital twist in a weekend of extraordinary ups and downs for all the championship contenders. Unsworth's free kick. Weir climbed the highest, and the man that missed a simpler chance has given them a point against Leeds.
The game started and developed, and there was goals here, there and everywhere. It'd be difficult to remember now the sequence of the goals. I just remember Don Hutchison getting fouled just outside the penalty area by Radibi. He was the last man who brought him down. The referee never gave us a decision there, which, you know, Don might have gone through to get a goal. We might even have scored from a free kick, regardless. But that was an opportunity for us to go 4-2 up, which I felt maybe at that stage would have clinched the game for us. We didn't get that. Leeds' credit, they kept fighting, and from 3-2 down, they got 4-3 up. And it took a Davy Weir header in the last minute to get us a draw. But I think it was just one of those games where it took on a life of its own. You know, the players were up and down the pitch, they were flying all over the place. It was a fantastic match, that one, and one that, you know, at the end of it all, you were really pleased to be involved in.
At the Riverside, Kevin Campbell rocked Middlesbrough with a third-minute opener, but the Blues couldn't hold on and once again were defeated on their travels.
The scramble, and Campbell puts it high into the back of the Borough net. The corner which probably shouldn't have been given. And Middlesbrough pay the ultimate price as Kevin Campbell gets his 6th goal of the season. That comes in the 4th minute. It's the Borough 0, it's Everton 1.
Well, it was a quality delivery, has to be said, but there was a string of Borough players miskicked it, missed it, and Big Campbell goes to the back stick and rifled it by Matt Swartzer.
A visit to Bobby Robson's in-form and revitalised Newcastle probably wasn't the ideal place to bounce back from defeat. Indeed, the Blues fell behind to an Alan Shearer penalty.
Header, dangerous this as Johnson gets it under control. Cross comes in from the right, Campbell goes for it and heads it into the bottom right-hand corner. Absolutely no chance, and Kevin Campbell has done it to Newcastle again. Well, the Everton fans braving the elements. Cross comes in from Barmby and absolutely launches himself at that, Kevin Campbell, for his 7th goal of the season. Harper no chance, and Everton back on level terms.
After England and Scotland had battled it out for Euro 2000 qualification, Chelsea's cosmopolitan squad of internationals visited Goodison Park, and although outplayed by the Blues, they fought back to secure a point.
Oh, Barmby did that ever so well. Cleland in support. 3 in the middle for Everton. Too high for Campbell. This is Jeffers. And he's found Campbell. And he's onside. And Kevin Campbell. There's been no stopping this fellow since he came to Everton. And Walter Smith has really had the benefit of a striker in form. His goals last season, Kevin Campbell, really kept Everton up. And look at this by Jeffers. So aware, lovely ball, onside, and he scores inside the near post. This is a real combination, Jeffers and Campbell, and it's reunited today with Jeffers back from injury. Cleland did ever so well on the right with Barmby. It was a beautifully made goal, really in the Everton tradition. Desai has gone to play centre forward alongside Flo. Was he shoved there? 1 minute of stoppage time remaining, and a poor ball by Jeffers has put Chelsea on the attack with Hoog. And Everton just lost it for a minute. Flo! And they've equalised! Yes, they've equalised! Andre Flo rescues Chelsea in stoppage time.
The visit of Aston Villa to Goodison resulted in a match that will be instantly forgettable. Both sides erred on caution and contested a dull goalless draw. Without a win since their victory at Anfield, Everton had slipped down the table. Old Trafford was the next destination, and the Blues started well. Francis Jeffers was particularly impressive, breaching the champions' defence early on. Unfortunately, the pressure couldn't be sustained, as the champions equalised and went on to win 5-1.
It's come out to Unsworth. Jeffers is in the middle, so is Campbell, and it's there by Jeffers. And with the goalkeeper hurt, Everton have scored. 6 minutes gone, and look at this. Bosnich was in trouble for at least 2 minutes before that happened, but the ball hadn't gone out of play. And Everton capitalise here. David Unsworth with the trusty left foot. And as the ball goes into the 6-yard box, Bosnich gets nowhere near it, he's hurt. And Jeffers, the lad with the growing reputation, won't be 19 until January, but now he's got a goal to remember at Old Trafford. It puts Everton here in front.
The third round of the FA Cup had been brought forward from its traditional January date to early December. Everton faced a long journey to the West Country and 3rd Division Exeter City. and the hosts forced the Blues into a replay with a goalless draw. Everton were looking lethargic, and another relegation dogfight was on the horizon. At Vicarage Road, struggling Watford battled gamely and made life difficult for Walter Smith's men, but there was only ever going to be one winner. Barmby. Hutchison. Barmby. Lovely move from Everton, and Nick Barmby finishes it off. What a super goal from Everton. From one end of the pitch, right down to the other. Nicky Barmby was at the heart of the move, and appropriate that he should finish it off. Collins. This is Campbell. Good cross in for Hutchison! Everton have stretched their lead. Campbell gets the ball across here despite the attentions of Payne. And Hutchison onto it first. Watford to break forward. Gonge with the run. Michel Gonge! Watford have a goal back. Xavier. Hutchison. In towards Barmby, who's gone down in the area. Now Watford are saying that Nicky Barmby dived. The referee doesn't have the benefit, of course, of a slow motion replay, and so is going across to talk to his assistant on this near side. Well, Barmby certainly goes flying in the area. And what is the referee going to do here? Watford incensed. All eyes on the referee and his assistant. What will Alan Wilkie decide? It's a penalty. So David Unsworth spots it up. Bound to be a talking point. Everton have the chance to move 3-1 ahead. And David Unsworth takes it. With confidence restored after the Blues' first win in 11 games, it was back to FA Cup action and a third-round replay against Exeter City.
David Weir finds Alex Cleland. He'll be the player coming off as soon as Walter Smith decides. Here is Cleland, looking for support. It's his cross. Chance for John Collins. It's been blocked. This is a chance for Barmby, and there is the opening goal for Nick Barmby. It's been coming all night, and Nick Barmby opens the scoring for the Blues.
On Christmas Eve, Evertonians were given an early present as theatre impresario Bill Kenwright announced that he had finally wrestled control of the club from Peter Johnson. This news appeared to boost the performance of the players, who provided a Boxing Day feast for the Goodison faithful.
Oh, what a beautiful goal! Hutchison. First time, low, keeper's left,
1-0. Super goal. Beautifully worked by Everton and much appreciated by the crowd, much celebrated by Don Hutchison. That's his third. Oof. That's 2-0, and that's Hutchison again. Well, what a goal! Defensive header, going nowhere, except back into the Sunderland net. Bold's header, first time, 2-0. To really establish himself here. Now in the space of a couple of days finds himself playing against the two clubs who both courted him as a boy. Finds himself also on a losing end, and it could get worse here, and has! This time Jeffers has got it right, and Sunderland are on the rocks. Jeffers played through, and once again the central defensive pair couldn't cope. Beautifully played through. Jeffers away from Butler, past Sorensen, and it is 3-0, 4 minutes from half-time. Just over an hour of the game gone. Everton remain in command, and Campbell could make it 4. Sorensen with his leg, pressure still on from Jeffers. And it is now 4. Pembridge has got the 4th. Campbell came close to it. It came back out to Jeffers. Jeffers played a very smart ball in. Pembridge took full advantage. Campbell played in by Hutchison, had no success, but what a good ball from Jeffers. Chasing shadows again. Oh, beautifully done by Campbell. Great goal. That's magnificent. Wonderful turn, and from there on there was only one conclusion. 5-0. Kevin Campbell adds his name to the scorebook on a magnificent afternoon for Everton Football Club. Just watch the turn here now as Hutchison plays it in. Beautifully done. Onto the left foot, and bingo.
Although it turned out 5-0, it was a terrific game, that one, I felt. In the opening period, the opening 20 to 25 minutes, there was nothing in the game. Both sides were going at it hammer and tongs. Peter Reid, obviously ex-Evertonian, wants his team to do well. And it was very evenly fought contest up until then. And then Don Hutchison managed to get a goal to put us in front. And we ended up scoring in the last minute to make it 3-0 at half-time, which you would have said, if anything, you're really pleased at, but flattered us in the sense that the game in itself was much tighter than 3-0. We had to withstand a fair bit of pressure in the first 20 minutes of the second half, which Sunderland are capable of exerting on any team. And we withstood that well. We then went on to get another couple, and at the end, winning 5-0 against a team who had been doing exceptionally well in the league up until that point was a tremendous result for us, and a tremendous performance as well, and I think one that gave us a lift going into the second half of the season.
The visit to Bradford saw another scoreless match. The only high point at Valley Parade was the debut of a new striker, Joe Max-Moore. Leicester City were the first visitors to Goodison of the new century. The Blues take an early lead. Leicester then made it 2-1, only for David Unsworth's penalty to level it at 2-2, ensuring the points were shared.
And it took a deflection and in! Sure, Weir will claim it because it's only his second Everton goal, but it was his teammate Hutchison, I think, who got the final touch.
Yeah, I'm sure Don Hutchison will want to claim that one. Great foraging play from Kevin Campbell initially. As the ball comes in, this is where Everton do quite well on the edge of the box. As it's cleared there, Davy Weir does very well indeed smacks it, that hits Don Hutchinson. Affects
David Unsworth. Hutchison doing well. Campbell. That looked like handball, and that's how referee Winter saw it. Penalty.
Well, Frank Sinclair has not run over to the referee, so he clearly knows that he's handled that ball. And what a great shame for Leicester City. They'd really had defended doggedly, and there's a ball in behind, and Sinclair comes across, and that's a clear handball. And I'm a little bit surprised that Jeff Winter hasn't done anything more than just give Everton a penalty.
David Unsworth has scored 3 times from the spot already for Everton this season. Can he make it 4 and bring them level? The answer is yes.
Well, it was very composed, wasn't it, from David Unsworth? He certainly has got the knack from the penalty spot. Just comes up, favoured left foot, and really the goalkeeper makes it very, very easy indeed for him.
Over the Christmas period, belts had been tightened, and a disappointing crowd of only 25,000 turned up for the FA Cup tie against First Division Birmingham City.
Here's Hutchison. Richie Goff continues the run forward. Barbie has it right-hand side. Forward into the path of Kevin Campbell. Hugging that right touchline. Infield to Nick Barbie. Barbie past one. Now will David Ellery rule a penalty? He certainly has. With a trip on Nick Barbie by Eddie Newton. So Everton have the chance of scoring the first goal. David Unsworth, I'm sure, will be taking the penalty. Barnby called by Nick Bart, called by Eddie Newton. And there's the touch, just catches his left leg. And the penalty is awarded to Everton. Eddie Newton, substitute, can't believe it. Will David Unsworth score his 6th goal of the season? It's Unsworth against Ian Bennett, the 4th round of the FA Cup. It's goalless at the moment. It's David Unsworth starts his run up. Unsworth against. The ball is in the back of the Birmingham goal, and David Unsworth makes it goal number 6 of the season. Eddie Newton's foul on Nick Barnby. Barnby went down under the challenge. David Ellery looked at the penalty spot. Everton got the penalty, and David Unsworth sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. It's Everton 1, Birmingham 0. And the perfect moment in the game for Everton. They really needed to get something. Darren, you spoke about it before, saying about Burnley by 3 goals to 0. It's 1 goal to 0 to the Blues here. David Unsworth, the goal scorer. As Paul Gerrard plays the ball upfield, looking for Kevin Campbell. Everton have it with Barnby into the path of Scott Gemmell. Gemmell just looks up, back to Hutchison. Hutchison now gets past one challenge and finds Nick Barnby, gets the ball back from Barnby. Everton play some control football. Hutchison looking to get on the end of Barnby's passing out. Here's Barnby, back to Kevin Campbell, turns, chance for Campbell. And the referee says that's going to be another penalty kick to the Blues. Campbell shows his sheer delight to the Gladys Street end. Darren Griffiths.
I'd see that one again. That's coming to the back of him. Kevin looks as if he's stumbled.
It's a penalty to the Blues. He's certainly got his shirt being held by Holdsworth. So it's a penalty to Everton. David Unsworth looking for goal number 7. It's Unsworth, same spot, same outcome. David Unsworth scores 2 goals for the Blues against Birmingham in the 4th round of the FA Cup.
The Blues remained at Goodison for the visit of Spurs in the Premiership. Walker's long kick forward. Everton should now clear. Sherwood can't keep it. Hutchison. Now this is a real chance for Everton. Campbell's in the middle. Kevin Campbell moves into double figures for this season. It's his 10th of the campaign. Everton in front through Kevin Campbell. Hutchison breaking down that far side. Getting the cross in ahead of Campbell. And Kevin Campbell scored. It's fairly obvious what
wants his wall to do. Knocked in over the top. And a terrific save. Oh, it's in! Chris Armstrong levels it up at 1-1. Ginola. Oh, got a slight deflection and in! Ginola gets the goal that puts Tottenham in front. It came off Dave Watson though. Campbell, first time shot! Walker down to smother that effort from Kevin Campbell. Real air of urgency now about Everton's play. Pembridge with the long throw. It's all around the area, and Joe Maxmore levels it up at 2-2. Tottenham unable to clear that ball from their own 6-yard area, and the American pounced. Joe Maxmore, a long throw, wasn't cleared, it got a deflection off Campbell. Joe Maxmore scores. The trip to Southampton proved as fruitless as last season, again resulting in a 2-0 defeat. Everton marched into the quarter-finals of the FA Cup with victory over second division Preston North End.
Goalless at the moment in the only Premiership game of this afternoon. It's Unsworth with the free kick. Unsworth tries it, and that's in the back of the net. And David Unsworth has scored for the Blues. Well, do you believe it? Unsworth has scored his 8th goal of the season. And what a beautiful free kick it was. It was the foul on Don Hutchison which resulted in the free kick. 19 minutes of the second half. It was David Unsworth who stepped up and put the ball into the back of the Preston net. The keeper didn't stand a chance. It's his 8th goal of the season. He's only 2 behind Kevin Campbell. It's Everton's first goal of the afternoon. The ball is played up in the air. Richie Goff is underneath it. Mike Riley just looks across at the 4th official. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the referee to see if he's going to blow his whistle, because I haven't seen a board being raised as Everton comes forward. It's Nick Barmby. Does he win the free kick on the edge of the 18-yard box? Will it matter, because Kevin Campbell's gone through, and chance for Joe Maxmore, puts the ball into the back of the net. And there is the second goal and the winning goal for the Blues, and the American has scored for the second time at Goodison Park.
The victory had quietly carried the Blues through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup, and they were rewarded with a home tie against Aston Villa. League action resumed with a brilliant victory at Selhurst Park against Wimbledon.
Cadamartri. Campbell has to backpedal again. Sullivan, beaten to it by Kevin Campbell. Cadamartri. Cross towards Campbell. 2-0, same combination. Hutchison, Campbell, Moore's unmarked. Here's Joe Max. Wimbledon are being ripped apart here as they were at Goodison Park when Kevin Campbell played such a big part. Joe Max Moore.
The Blues' good form continued back at Goodison with a battling performance against Derby County and the emergence of a new Goodison hero who had the crowd shouting for more.
Options. Pembridge picks up the loose ball as the referee waves play on. Joe Maxmore! It's 1-0 to Everton. We have a new goal-scoring sensation. His name is Joe Maxmore. It was good refereeing to allow Everton to continue, and they took full advantage. Radio, here's a chance for Derby. Terrific save. Iranio so close, denied though by Myra. As Derby press for the equaliser.
Barnby with the corner. Now the referee is pointing to the spot. Derby can't believe it, but Uriah Rennie says that's a penalty. The ball floated deep. And there's the hand out to just stop the Everton man. Spot kick for Everton. Boom is the man that Michael Ball has to beat. It's a long run up, and it's 2-0. Michael Ball increases Everton's lead. Hit this one. It's 2-0. And Amatri is in space on this right-hand side. Terrific save from Boom. Well, the Derby goalkeeper was at full stretch there to keep Everton at bay. Good save. Gets a lot of distance on his throw. Ranio. Avi Nimni. There's a chance to score. He has.
I was recommended by his agent, who phoned me saying that he had an American player who was coming freedom of contract. He was able to come over here for a week. Obviously I asked Richard Goff, who had been playing in MLS, and he said yes, he was very good. A couple other inquiries I made all said the same thing. He's 68 caps for America, so he's played on a high standard of football at international level.
Walter Smith gave me the opportunity. I had some help from my agent and Richard Goff, but the opportunity came along and I took it straight away. I mean, it was a great opportunity to play in the Premier League, and so I was so happy it came. I mean, it's been so hard for a lot of Americans to get involved, get into this league. I played in Germany for 2 years. The restrictions aren't quite as harsh there. So to have this opportunity and to actually get my work permit pushed through was great. I got off to a great start. I mean, I've got a good team around me, though, to be honest. I've got great service, so we've got a creative team, and it's allowed me to get into some good spots and finish my chances. So it's all happened. I'm happy with the way things have gone so far.
Victory over the Rams lifted the Blues into the top half of the table. There were even whispers of European qualification in the corridors of Goodison. However, Aston Villa halted the cup run with a 2-1 victory, so it had to be achieved through the league, with West Ham more than willing to assist as Everton coasted to a victory.
At Wembley, but now finds himself out of the Everton side, unable to reach agreement with his manager and indeed with the paymaster. What he was asking was actually a hell of a lot less than players like Roy Keane get. Illich comes early and he's dropped it. It could be an easy tap in. Nick Barnby. Well, it's a mistake by Illich. And Everton fans who've been rather quiet have something to cheer. It was this cross which Illich came for. Got into a bit of a tangle. It was Campbell who got the deciding challenge there. Jensen. Now Barnby comes away. He's got Xavier on his right. Campbell through on the left. Campbell's let that run well. Flicks through to Barnby. Genius! Genius between Campbell and Barnby. And Barnby scores his second goal. Everton go 2 up on 65 minutes. Just look at this from Campbell. Had the intelligence to let the ball run. Barnby came towards him. Lovely touch to Barnby, who took it down with 1 and finished it with 2. Illich, no chance. So, West Ham thought they had a mountain to climb before, and they got better go out of orbit to get this one back. Do they seem to have the creative want to do it? Xavier. Collins. Unsworth. Ball is being hassled for it. Masses of space here for Pembridge. Kept the ball in. Barmby for three. Oh, he sent it in! Barmby has a hat-trick! A disaster! What a mistake by Sasa Ilic. He can't believe it. Barmby, well, really, Pembridge got the ball in space, but Barmby went round Cole, and it took a deflection off Cole. Let's be fair, there was nothing Ilic could do. Away record before this, made 13. Only won 4 of them. Here's Barmby looking for a fourth. Joe Maxmore. It has to be 4. And West Ham are all over the place. And you can hear behind me the slapping of seats as people leave the ground. As well they might.
Barmby, I think, is always liable to get goals. I'm delighted that he has had a tremendously consistent season. He's played extremely well for us over a period, and he's back getting mentions for the England international team again, which is terrific for him. Great professional, works very hard for the team, and delighted to see him getting a few goals, especially his hat-trick there down at West Ham.
He's had a terrific season. I think he's been really consistent. He's always looked lively. He's scored quite a number of goals the last few months, and he's pushed himself into reckoning to Kevin Keegan's plan. So we're all got our fingers crossed for him, and hopefully he'll make that Euro 2000 squad. I think he deserves it.
Sheffield Wednesday visited Goodison fighting for Premiership survival, and they surprised the Blues by securing a point. Barmby with the corner. Here's Weir! They have quite a few players forward. Here's Quinn! New blood was needed in the ranks. Walter Smith had a clear diagnosis and prescribed a cure with the arrival of Stephen Hughes from Arsenal.
He is playing for Arsenal, who have probably one of the best midfield units in the country, and it was difficult for him to get a regular game. Although he's only 22, he's played 80 odd times for Arsenal. So he's had his number of games, but a lot of them have been out wide on the left. And he couldn't quite hold down that position against Petit and Vieira on the inside in the Arsenal team. So we've given him that opportunity.
This is better from Chelsea if they can supply a decent through ball. Zola's little knockdown almost did precisely that. Now Sutton on the turn. It's pulled back for the first goal. Pembridge it will be with a long throw. Can Everton steal an equaliser? Goff trying to find Canamartri! Danny Canamartri gives Everton a share of the scoreline. Well, they've offered very little as an attacking force, but it was a long throw from Pembridge. Chelsea caught sleeping. Goff didn't get too much of a bouncing header on the ball, but Canamartri able to finish with some aplomb.
Gaining a point in the capital provided a considerable boost to team morale, as did the addition of another new signing. Welsh international manager Mark Hughes was snapped up from Southampton to provide much-needed cover for the Everton front line. He made his debut in the 1-0 defeat at Coventry.
Kevin Campbell going out injured meant we had to have cover up front, losing Franny Jeffers through injury. We need a bit of strength there, and Mark was one who I knew was available, and we were delighted to get him in his game.
A revitalised Newcastle United visited Goodison in high spirits and grabbed all 3 points in classic smash-and-grab style with a single Kieran Dyer goal. The poor run continued at Sunderland as the Blues fared no better at Newcastle's north-east neighbours, as the Wearsiders took revenge for their Boxing Day massacre, securing the points with a 2-1 victory.
Oh, what a good goal by Nicky Barmby. And Sunderland's lead hasn't lasted until half-time. Well, Nicky Barmby really struck that one well. A long throw from Pembridge, the header away, and out to Barmby, and no chance Sorensen. All brought about by this long throw, good header away initially, and whack.
5 games without a win, and another slip down the table as the results went against the Toffees. But Graham Taylor's lowly Watford once again provided the perfect pick-me-up for Walter Smith's beleaguered team. Corner's floated deep. With the cross in. Pembridge. It's Mark Hughes! It's his first goal for Everton. And Mark Hughes has put the home side in front. Pembridge with the cross. Hughes with the header. Flag has stayed down. Gerrard comes out, and Paul Gerrard does well. But a shade unfortunate there. Chance though for a counter-attack from Everton. Chamberlain this time out to deny Nicky Barmby. Goff is penalised. Foul on Alan Smart. It's hit low round the wall. Gerrard equal to the task. Now Everton can break down that far side with Nicky Barmby. It's in towards Max Moore! And Joe Max Moore makes it 2-0. Nicky Barmby providing the perfect cross. And it just crept in. To their credit, Watford have never stopped trying to go forward. They have the chance to pull a goal back, and they have done. Alan Smart.
Goal scorer for Watford, number 12,
Smith
Alan
just
Smart.
laying it through into the path of Smart. It's 2-1. Touch. Barmby. Collins. Xavier. This is good play from Everton. In towards Joe Max Moore! The keeper couldn't get down to it. He scored his second of the match. And Everton restore their 2-goal lead. It was a good run. Mark Hughes with the cross. Joe Max Moore scores. It's a good ball through to Mark Hughes. Gets a deflection and up onto the roof of the net. Blue shirts back. Oh, it's only just wide from Alan Smart. touch that was. Here's Mika Hyde. Oh, it's a goal! It's 3-2. Graham Taylor's side aren't out of it.
Goal scorer for Watford, number 8, Micah Hyde.
Just knocked down by Watford into the path of Micah Hyde. Collins to take this free kick for Everton. Watford seem unable to get it away. It'll fall to Hughes! Stephen Hughes gets his first goal for Everton on the day when his namesake Mark also got his first goal for Everton. Confusion in the Watford defence. Hughes took advantage. Back to winning ways. A valuable point was earned at Filbert Street against Leicester City.
It's a corner to Leicester City on the left-hand side. Up goes the target, almost unmarked to the 6-yard box. And that is Leicester City's player of the month to March, staking a claim to the player of the month for April. And that is second goal of the season. We might get the prize now, Jerry Springer. This Jerry Taggart really has become a folk hero here at Leicester City this season. Now it's a neat sweeping move from Everton. Joe Max Moore. To Barnby, that's a good cross for Don Hutchison, and that is a superb goal. Well, Hutchison back in the Everton side for the first time after much publicised round manager Walter Smith. His contract has headed the equaliser, that long cross from Nicky Barnby. That will impress Kevin Keegan, the soaring header from Hutchison. Hutchison pressed into service like Matt Elliott for Leicester City as an emergency striker. That's equalised for Everton.
Next was an old boys reunion at Goodison as Neville Southall, Stuart McCall and Peter Beagrie returned with Bradford City. A minute's silence was also observed in memory of Hillsborough and the Bradford fire disasters.
Among his former clubs, and he has many. The team from across Stanley Park, of course. Played for Liverpool. Stephen Hughes. And a good strike. Pembridge opens the scoring. 1 minute and 45 seconds. Nicely worked. Good layoff. And good strike.
And the golden goal time, 1 minute 14 seconds. 1 minute 14 seconds.
Determination from Pembridge. And then from Jevons on the call of all people. And here's Jevons again. Goalkeeper to meet him. Oh dear, oh dear. There's no doubt about it, and he didn't need to do it. He didn't need to do it. At that point, well, he gets up looking at the referee, but the referee will look carefully, but having realised he'd gone past. Easy to say from the stand. Got an opportunity for Unsworth to score penalty number 7 this season. It's the 6th that Bradford have conceded in the Premiership, and it costs them the goal. Everton 2, Bradford City 0. Very good penalty by Unsworth. Experienced Richard Dunn. Here's Barnby. That's a lovely finish. That is a lovely finish by Barmby. His 9th of the season. Beautifully played through. Jacobs couldn't get to him. And Matt Clark, who had come forward. Away from McCall. Left peg. Collins. Barmby. Collins. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Well, the crowd had wanted him to have a go earlier. When he did now, it screamed into the roof.
Goal scorer for Everton, number 7, John McCollin.
Derby day once again. Liverpool were riding on the crest of a wave, chasing second place and Champions League qualification. But their team of all-stars hadn't reckoned on the new-look Everton.
Slipped Herpy out, Nick Barmby. Kevin Keegan watching here, and thoughts of an England recall for the Everton midfield man.
Well, I talked about 4 wide players and how they would go in, and this is exactly what I meant. Driving infield Barmby, not wide, but right through the middle. And I think just as he plays it through and looks to strike, he just loses his footing.
Every challenge was bringing the crowd further and further towards fever pitch. Here's Xavier. Festival knew it was going wide.
Whether that's a challenge at the back post.
Marquez again. Could have got a free kick from Herpia, but he kept the ball. Barmby. To play extra matches under pressure. United on 76. No flag. Mark Hughes off the mark.
Well, I thought it was offside. I'll wait to be proved wrong. That was my first reaction as the ball went through. I thought they kept the line. Mark Hughes goes in. Oh, it's a tight one. But having gotten through and having said that we've got 4 quality strikers on show, and if one of them gets a chance, he'll probably take it. That's a pretty poor finish from him. He's better than that, much, much better.
It's flipped in by Barmby. Stephen Hughes. Mark Hughes. Oh, came off Matteo. Comes to Pembridge. Went for the gap down inside the near post. Festival kept it up.
Yeah, it's good goalkeeping. Narrow side, there's a choice here. They get a little bit of luck, Everton, with a couple of rebounds, but
looks as though the season will pass by without Liverpool scoring against Everton. Paul Gerrard can talk instant drama. It's hits goal ever in Merseyside derbies, but Graham Poll's not having it.
I have to say, I told you about that free kick Robbie Fowler took, and he let it go when no one was more than 5 yards away from the ball. Now you tell me what Dunn Hutchison has done wrong there. In my opinion, the referee.
With honours even, Walter Smith was the happier of the two managers and eagerly awaited the visit of in-form Arsenal, who would provide a real test for the new-look Blues. Unfortunately, the Toffees came unstuck, and the mini-revival was ended as Mark Overmars scored the game's only goal. Another big test was provided across the Pennines, and David O'Leary's rejuvenated Leeds. The Blues were more than a match for their hosts in a pulsating game, which eventually saw the points shared.
At least we got one goal, and it's Leeds who've scored it, and it's gone to their top scorer, Michael Bridges, his 21st of the season.
Well, with the suspicion of offside, Everton players complaining to the referee, but Bridges, once he goes clear, he takes it really well. Up to now, his touch has been very poor, but on this occasion, he gets away from Weir, chases valiantly back, and smashes it past the advancing keeper, Gerrard. He's had a good season. That's another goal to his tally.
Hill. Did pretty well that time, Collins. And a neat back healer for Hutchison. Nigel Martin completely misjudged that. Barney goes down. Marcuse is well placed. It's a goal. A very rare mistake by Nigel Martin. And Everton have an equaliser. Nick Barnby the scorer.
Well, it was a mistake by Nigel Martin, but we've got to give a lot of credit to Nick Barnby. He stays so calm. The chance comes to him by this mistake. He misjudges it, goes over his head. Now this is where he stays calm. Doesn't rush it, picks his spot, puts it in the far corner. And that's a very good finish from Nick Barnby. Suggestion of a little push, possibly so. I think the referee was probably right to allow play to continue. It gets Everton back in the game. This really is a good finish.
The final home game of the season, Goodison was baked in glorious sunshine. Unfortunately, the players' performance couldn't match the weather. Middlesbrough ruined the end-of-season party with a 2-0 victory.
After January last year, we were really starting to score a few where we had struggled badly in the first half of the season. But as soon as Kevin came to us, we started to score fairly freely. That continued into this season. I think currently with 2 or 3 games to go, we are third top goal scorers. So, you know, that's been a good thing. And I think a lot of it is down to Kevin's displays over the period. But the rest of the boys take a great deal of credit for that because they've chipped in with a fair number of goals around the team as well, which is always pleasing.
I mean, we've done quite well recently. You know, we defended well. Especially in the derby, but it's nice to see so many goals going in the other end.
We kept things virtually tight at the back for the majority of the season, but you know we couldn't score goals. You're always going to leak 1 or 2, and that was our main problem. But this year, whoever's played up there, you know, Kevin and Franny and you know people who have come in, you know, since they've been injured, they've done great, and we've been scoring goals for fun, and it's great to see sitting at the back. You know that you're going to create a number of chances and score goals. It's brilliant.
So this really feels like, you know, the first year because we had to clear out a lot of the staff in the summertime to try and, as I say, get on a good financial footing. And that meant that we've been operating with a small squad of players. That's turned out at times to be a benefit as well. We were a bit fortunate this season that we've not been hit a lot by injury or suspension. So therefore, the small squad has managed to stay together. And I think, you know, that's shown, you know, team spirit-wise, I think we've shown a far better spirit this season.
Yeah, I think my first year I had a nasty toe injury. A lot of people think it was just a small injury, but I had to have a major operation in the joint. And unfortunately, I mean, I missed the second half of the last season, so it took me a little while to get go this season. But overall, I think I'm happy with my form this season. In the last few months, I think in periods throughout the season, we've played some good football, and I think that's the way we've got to continue and make progress. Try and get the ball at the back and play it through the midfield, and I think that's the way I enjoy playing football. I think when we do play like that, we're a much better team.
You look at Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, the money that they're all spending now is enormous. So it's no coincidence that these teams have spent a lot of money, and all the teams that I've mentioned there are finishing up in the top 6 of the league. So, you know, they've invested in their team and they've got the benefit from that. So all the rest of the clubs have to find the wherewithal to try and make that investment in their team as well. And we'll not all manage to match their investment. I think Everton, and hopefully Everton will at one stage, but right at the present moment we've got to continue to make sure that our rise will be maybe steady rather than anything else, and then when the club have the funds available, we can go and try and match the top teams.
I mean, all we can do is keep trying, and like I say, we can progress from this season and look forward. I'm sure that 4 or 5 years down the line, hopefully, you know, you never know.
Yeah, we've got a good base. We've set our stall out this year. I'm sure the gaffer will bring in a few new faces in the summer, and if we can improve again, like we've improved this year from last season, you know, the future looks good.
Yeah, I think things have turned ourselves around. I think we're in the right direction now. We made progress. We're top half of the league. So hopefully the manager will get some money to spend in the summer, invest in the squad, and we can go and take it to the next level and make sure we're getting a European spot next year.
I think, you know, for maybe the first time in a few seasons, they're seeing people who are going out there and they're supplying a great deal of endeavour to the team. Our consistency level might not be what we would like over a period, But I think there's been a huge improvement to previous seasons there where we've had the struggle. We've now got a lot of boys who are determined to do well, and I think that shows up in their play. So it'll be our aim to continue to make ourselves difficult to beat, to keep showing the determination, and meanwhile try and keep raising our standards as much as we possibly can.
Walter Smith is an astute, committed manager who is beginning to fashion a side that Evertonians can be proud of. As the club builds both on and off the field, the glory days will soon return as the players observe and respect that only the best is good enough.
Tish it up. Collins! Oh, what a fantastic goal!